Hey there in YouTube land, and today I'm going to talk about some of my more favorite modern shows. I did like shows that influenced me as a kid, I did the cartoons that influenced me, and talked about films that influenced me. I'm actually going to watch John Steele's video right after this, 2010 Influential Films in My Lifetime Part 1. If you haven't seen that, John Steele's a really great YouTuber. You should really check out his stuff. He does some awesome stuff. So big shout out to John Steele. And here I go. I promise you guys we can do more modern day one. Some of them I got here as the box sets, other stuff I'm just going to talk about. So this is the ones that I'm going to talk about first. So if you've been watching my channel at all, and you can look over there, that's the first couple that they're going to mention. Shows that I actually really like. And one, as you can see, is The Walking Dead. I have all of the special editions of that series because I really do. I dig that series, especially when the Governor came into it. Really love the Governor. That's awesome. And if you look at that barrel right next to it, that's Breaking Bad. And yeah, I'm a big fan of both those shows. So get that out of the way right away. I also loved Star Trek The Next Generation, which is up there, by the way. The DVD editions, don't have the Blu-rays at all. And Farscape and Babylon 5. I did kind of like Deep Space Nine. I watched Voyager because 7-9 was cute. And I did dig Enterprise a bit. So all those shows are ones that I watched. So that being said, with those out of the way, seriously, I either couldn't get it because they're way up too far. I decided let's talk about some stuff that I did watch, and I left out a few things. The British shows aren't in here. Soap operas aren't in here. It's just going to be mostly the shows that I watched when I was in the last few years, or I guess the college years, after the college years. So here we go with some of my favorite shows of all time, in the more modern selection. First off, everybody knows this one because you've seen me review it and talk about it. And I'm a big fan of Glee, so yeah, I really do like this show. Many of you guys know, before I did like journalism and went into like writing stuff, drama was going to be my thing. I was pretty much this. Glee, I wasn't the best singer, but I was in acting really big, and that was my thing. So Glee was a show that had a lot of music on that I really liked. There was a lot of not only kind of modern songs, they did like kind of 80s songs that I remembered, and it put a nice kind of fresh spin on them. But I thought some of the actresses were really cute, particularly Michelle and of course Santana, damn, and Brittany. Yeah, so those three. I also love the dancing. I love the music. It's just me. I was really into that stuff. A lot of people watched the first season, or they went to season 4, and they kind of got out after that, and I can understand that. But I liked it a lot, and I kept watching it until the end. And I thought that it redeemed itself in the end, in the last season, and especially in the last few episodes, it got really good. So, awesomeness. Next up is Penny Dreadful. This is one of the best kept secrets on TV right now. It's got a very gothic horror element. If you haven't seen Penny Dreadful, watch it. I had a friend Kelly, and I'm like, do you watch Doctor Who? And she's like, yes. I said, do you like Billie Piper? And she's like, yes. Do you want to see Billie Piper naked? And she's like, what's the show? And it's Penny Dreadful, actually. See Billie Piper and many other people. You like Eva Green? You want to see Eva Green looking really sexy? Penny Dreadful. I want to see werewolves and vampires and witches and all kinds of different creatures and stuff. Penny Dreadful. It is an amazing show that nobody seems to be talking about, and it's really freaking good. You can see actually Billie Piper there on the back. Take her out. Just a great show. And the next one I almost didn't put on here because I thought, is this soap opera-ish in a way? Maybe some people think, but I don't. I think that it can be taken that way, but I'm not going to take it that way for this one here. Maybe I'll re-put it on when I do like the nighttime soap select and stuff like that. But Skins, I really dug this show. The UK edition, of course, not the American one. The UK one it was so raw and so real, and there's so many great actors that came out of the show here. Nicholas Hoult, who most of you guys probably know from playing Beast in the X-Men movies, and some stuff that he's done recently. But yeah, he did an amazing job in this one here. Really, it's a very different role for him. Next up is a series that only went one season, and I think it's actually good that it did because it was one excellent freaking season, one beautiful season, 13 episodes. Watch them one by one or all at once, and then you can watch the mini webisodes that kind of led into it. Harpers Island. If you don't know what this is, please go find out. Harpers Island was meant to be like a slasher film, but a slasher film with depth, a slasher film with if you can take a slasher movie and then add, like, take what would be one-dimensional, flat characters that would be just picked out one by one, and actually add some depth to the characters, add some mystery, add some kind of like coolness to the story, then you got Harper's Island. It went 13 episodes. It had a great reveal. There's amazing mystery in the show. Just incredible stuff. Check out Harper's Island. Great series. Pick this up. If you don't have it, Harper's Island DVD edition. I have not ever seen a Blu-ray edition. And it has a crapload of features. So commentaries on select episodes, featurettes, Harper's Globe, the webisodes, the series that they did as well. Amazing stuff. Next up is Mystery Science Theater. This went on for quite a while, and it was a big series. And I'm not sure if I listed this in my other list, but I wanted to put this in the modern list as well. Mystery Science Theater is one of those shows that I really loved. It was my show. It felt like me, and it had my style of humor. A lot of the jokes that I saw there were very similar to stuff that I already said to my friends myself. And we were watching the movies on our own. So that was always cool. Next up is a show that unfortunately just got canceled not that long ago, and that is The Following. This show was amazing. The first season of this show was incredible. A lot of people said, it was going to be the same thing over and over again. It wasn't. The second season kind of reinvented itself. Some people didn't like some of the ways it went with the second season. I really did, especially the early part of the second season. I think that lost its way a bit at the end of the second season, but I think that the third season really brought it back, and brought it back big time. Not right away. I mean, the first few episodes of the third season were really slow, but by the end of the third season, it was an incredible series again. It had shed any weight that needed there. People thought that if they ever got rid of the character of Joe Carroll, the character, that maybe that would be it. But you had to go from that, and you had to grow and learn. And this show did it. It was a great show. Kevin Bacon did an amazing job in the role. The actors were incredible in this. I really did like the show. Oh, why did you have to go batshit crazy on us, man? Because you did so good. The Chappelle Show was a consistently funny program. I don't think I saw a bad episode of it while he was actually on the show. Now, when they tried to put together pieces of episodes, the lost episodes, with other people hosting it, it did not work as well. It was more uneven. It wasn't exactly as funny. It did have some good spots, but overall it was pretty uneven. But the Chappelle Show itself lasted for 2 full seasons, and they were 2 amazing, funny seasons. It starts out with I think the first episode started with the Klan member that's blind and doesn't realize he's black. So it's incredible, and it took on some topics that I really wish it was still around today to take on right now. Great show. Next up is one that a good friend of mine, Nathan, his channel right now is called The Empty Theater, and he actually introduced me to this series. It just got canceled too, actually, and I'm really got into it, and it's Hannibal. This is such an intelligent show, way more intelligent than you expect for network TV, which surprised the hell out of me. I really enjoyed the show. It was amazing. I love it. I'm not talking about my political leanings or anything, but I like this show here. Ben and Teller's bullshit. I do. I really love the show. It's very funny. I don't always agree with everything they say, but it's got some very interesting, very kind of funny, cheesy, awesome stuff. This is the first season. A lot of nudity in it. If you like nudity, you're bound to like that. So it's male and female. It does not they don't mind everyone. This is a show that I love this season. I did not love this show anymore. It has fallen way far from its grace period with me. A lot of people still love this and they watch it religiously, and I'm not one of those people. And that is Bates Motel. This first season of Bates Motel is awesome. The introduction of the Norman Bates character, the way they do it, and they go against what you think they were going to do and go against type. And they actually make Norman actually a very likable character. It seems like they're going to take it kind of slow and just get to know the town, get to know Norman. And by the second or third episode of the second season, they throw that out the window. And by the end of the second season, that's gone. Likability of the character of Norman Bates is gone. There's no one relatable in the series anymore. She does a great job in the role, but it's just a hodgepodge of characters that look like they've been rejected from Twin Peaks. And I know that a lot of people love the show, but I'm not one of them. So, you know, Bates Motel, you had such promise, and you had such great actors, and you raped it. You raped it. Twin Peaks, coming back on the air. One of the greatest shows that ever, and a lot of people would consider Twin Peaks' second season to be exactly the same as a Bates Motel. It was kind of like the Run Against Type. I don't really think so. I think that he did what he had to do because he wanted to clue up the mystery and he wanted to move ahead with it. Looking back on it and looking at some of the episodes now, I actually got an appreciation for them that I didn't have when they were on the air. So I think there's more to the Twin Peaks series than people realize, and that's why we're going to see a brand new Twin Peaks. It's going to be really interesting to watch. The next one was supposed to be on my other list, but it wasn't, so I decided I'd shove it in here. And that is Friday the 13th series. Love the show. It's just very smart. This is one where the TV show was actually better than the films. I know. I love the Friday the 13th films. But the show was really, really good. It had a bit of depth. It took some chances. It went some different places, and I really like that. Had some excellent directors on here, by the way. They did some awesome stuff. And Roby is so freaking gorgeous. Look at her. She's beautiful. I love a lot of skit shows. Saturday Night Live is one that would be on this list. By the way, even the modern Saturday Night Live, I do like some aspects of it. Now, the last couple seasons, well, last season, not this one, but the one before, I found particularly good. This one's been a little bit uneven, but starting to find its way. Whenever there's a big cast change in Saturday Night Live, there's a kind of a transition period in time. But Mr. Show, I love Mr. Show. This Bob Odenkirk and David Cross are incredible, and they do some awesome, funny stuff. Very rarely do I watch and like many North American sketch comedy shows. There's a few that'll make it, but not many. But this is awesome. This is really awesome. Next up is Heroes, the first season. Only the first season. One I don't have, but I think is an amazing show. It's Prison Break, by the way. Heroes, really love the first season of this. Save the Cheerleader. Boston Legal's another show that I thought was incredible. The acting in this was amazing. Got William Shatner, James Spader, who just stole the show with Ultron now, didn't he? And of course, Candice Bergen. But James Spader and William Shatner, man, one of the greatest bromances of all time. Next up is one basically, actually there's two shows in this one here. Law and Order, again I thought this was an amazing show, and Law and Order SVU. SVU I think is better than actually Law and Order. Both of these shows did some really cool stuff. Michael Moriarty in this one was incredible. I got to see a lot of really great actors in here. If you haven't seen it, you really, really should. It's a great series. I'm guessing you've probably seen it. There's like a million spin-offs. And originally, when the show started, CSI was an amazing series. I thought it was really fun, really smart when Peter Simmons especially was on it. CSI got canceled recently. And I know that Ted Danson had taken over, and from what I've seen, he's done a really good job. Unfortunately, he works really well in the series Hannibal. It does not work as well in CSI. It was a shame. I really expected to fall in love with his character, and I didn't. Actually, I only started liking him by the time he was about to leave. Charmed. They're really cute, and I really like the show. Actually, another one of my favorite shows that's on right now is called Pretty Little Liars, and there in the middle, she's mom. Yeah. Times change. House. I don't normally go for a lot of medical shows. I really don't. You're not going to see Grey's Anatomy on this list, to tell you that much right now. I don't know, everybody loves Grey's Anatomy. But House I did like. House, if I was ever going to be a doctor, House would be the doctor that I would probably be. Republic of Doyle. If you've never seen this series, you really should. It's set here in Newfoundland. It's very, very reminiscent of the Rockford Files. Very reminiscent. And there's a cast on the back. Now let's star. Doyle, played by Alan Hocko. He's a really good actor. And he's kept it here in Newfoundland, and I really do appreciate the fact that he's did that and did it here in St. John's. So if you ever wanted to know what the area that I live in looks like, watch Republic of Doyle. This is the first season 1, complete 3-disc edition. I actually was going to do like a contest on that, but I ended up not doing it. Next up is True Blood. Had some uneven stuff, but overall I did like the series, and I completely was in love with the star at the time. What's her character's name? Suki, right? Yeah. And she was gorgeous, so that was enough to keep me watching. Didn't last long enough, but I loved it. Carnival. Amazing show. Incredible stuff. If you've never seen Carnival, please look for this box set. This one, and there's 2 seasons. Just incredible stuff. Next up is Once Upon a Time. Again, another show that I really do enjoy. I like Robert Carlyle. He was in my favorite Stargate Universe. And, you know, Stargate Universe, Stargate Atlantis, Stargate, all belong on the list, as does Farscape, which is another fantastic series if you haven't seen it. But Once Upon a Time, I just love the show. I thought they did a really good job of casting, a really good job with this one. And I've got the first 2 seasons. I gotta get to the rest. I'm gonna leave this one for last because that's a favorite show. Fringe, another show I think was just great. Walter was my favorite part of the show, and as it was for many people. Arrow, I think the show just keeps continually getting better. The Flash also, but I don't have any of these seasons of that. But I wanted to mention both of those shows. I think are fantastic series. As is Smallville, a show that I have almost every season except for 2 of them. I'm actually just missing 2 seasons, and I keep trying to look for them, and I've not yet found them around here, and I should probably just get them online, but I'm being stubborn and trying to find them. But at this point, there's an Arrow video sale on, and I'm not going to be able to get anything from there this summer, which is a shame. But sometimes other things happen in life, and you can't do it, but I was able to get the video done here, so for people that can actually buy the Arrow stuff, there's some awesome stuff in there, and I wanted to get that up for people that were looking at sale. Last but not least is one of my favorite shows, and it's not surprising because I do like Glee a lot, and it's not at all musical, but it does have the same actor, the same guy that made it, and also it leads me into another of my favorite shows, which is American Horror Story. The second season has been my favorite so far, Asylum. But that's not the last one on my list. The last one is kind of really, I guess, in a way, introduced me to Ryan Murphy, the creator of those shows. That is Nip Tuck. I think this was just an amazing series. The character of this doctor right here, I did relate to in some ways. And it brings me to the last series, which I had totally forgotten about, but I remembered just because of that, actually, was a little show by the name of Californication. And that one is one big one for me. As a writer, there's way too many parts of Hank Moody that I can probably relate to. But there you go. There's our modern day shows that I like, and shows that influence me as I go through and I watch over and over again. A lot of these shows I got and I kind of watch. So I'm still doing the British one. I'm doing a TV soap opera one. And I want to thank everybody for watching. For me right now, I say hello to the great Pin Lord in the sky, his buddy the Phantom, and his friend the creature from the Black Lagoon. Have a great night for me right now. It is time for tea. I gotta get some bed rest because gotta grab my tea, grab my the new issue of Dark Side magazine came out when I went to check on it, and I'm gonna read that tonight. So it's on my iPad here. I got a digital subscription because it's over in the UK and you can't get a real subscription here. But it's a magazine that I found and I actually really enjoy. On my birthday, I got a digital subscription to that one and to another British one called Scream. And I found both of them being interesting, but I think Dark Side just gets the win on it a little bit more. Thanks for watching for me right now. It's time for tea. Have a great night, and go check out John Steele's video. He's done some really great stuff. John Steele, 4K Cinema HD, both those guys, if you haven't checked out their channels, you really should. They do some amazing work. And I don't give them enough credit on here, unfortunately, and I really should, because I really do like their videos. I do watch them. Uh, and, uh, and with that too, Movie Cave Dave, who should get more speak for me, aside from when I talk about Steelbooks. Movie Cave Dave's a really nice guy, and does some really great stuff. So John Steele, Movie Cave Dave, and 4K Cinema HD. If you haven't seen either one of those three, that's the three people that I'm going to choose to shout out in this video. So and I'll be shouting out people randomly in different videos. So thanks for watching. For me right now, I'm getting tired, getting a little stuttery, so it's time for tea.